Hello viewers, you're welcome to another exciting voyage on Nimasa this week. It's the month of October and we are in the very last quarter of this year. We think it is time to start taking stock and to also work extra smart so that we can tick more boxes in the next 90 days before the year finally rolls to an end. My name is Moyioluwa Olutayo, your regular host on the program. Stay with us.
I am Captain Sondo Moren.
My name is Emmanuel Maigua.
I am Dr. Odunayo Ani.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Chimezie.
Western Nigeria President.
CEO of BRICS Master Matani and President of Mano.
And I'm the Director General at the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
The voice of the maritime.
The voice of the maritime industry.
Keep watching.
Keep watching Nimasa this week.
Keep watching us.
Nimasa this week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
The program is Nimasa this week, and if you're just joining us, we say thank you. This week's episode will be dedicated solely to the World Maritime Day celebration in Nigeria, when the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and agencies under her hosted a one-day workshop to commemorate the day. There were speeches, award ceremonies, and a very interactive technical session. Let's start with the speeches in this report. Don't go away.
Just as the International Maritime Organization (IMO) has designated 2024 as a year to prioritize safety in navigating the future, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, along with all government agencies under the ministry and stakeholders from various sectors of the maritime industry, gathered for the celebration. The welcome speech of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry was delivered by the Director of Maritime Safety and Security.
This year's theme, Navigating the Future, Safety First, serves as both a reminder and a call to action, urging us to place safety at the forefront of every decision and every action within the maritime domain. Safety is not merely an operational consideration, it is the cornerstone upon which the future of the maritime industry must be built.
The Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Dayo Mubiriola, opened the Goodwill Messages session with a speech emphasizing the importance of viewing challenges in the industry as opportunities for growth and innovation for Nigerians.
We need to strengthen collaboration and cooperation to address the increasing complex regime due to emerging technologies. Your involvement is crucial in this progress. This commitment is not just a goal, but a promise that we must uphold. Together, we can navigate towards a brighter, safer future for our maritime industry.
Dr. Mobiriola's message about cooperation and coordination, a message about partnership, goes well beyond the borders of Nigeria to include all of us who inhabit this Atlantic world, to come together, to collaborate on mutual priorities to achieve our shared interests. At root, those shared interests lie in shared prosperity, finding ways, sustainable ways, to share that prosperity among the peoples of the Atlantic world. And so that partnership, which launched a year ago, that has grown to include 10 more states, 42 in total, is, I think, the best reflection of the United States government's commitment to partnership here in Nigeria and across the Atlantic.
The Managing Director of the Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority, Mr. Bola Oyebamiji, urged all stakeholders to support the federal government's efforts to enhance safety in the maritime sector. Meanwhile, the Rector of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Commodore Duja Efedua, announced that international students are now seeking admission to the academy in Nigeria.
As we gathered here today, let us acknowledge the importance of collaboration among stakeholders to ensure that our maritime activities contribute positively to both economic growth and environmental stewardship. In Nigeria, we have made significant strides, especially in the maritime sector, in adding value to our inland waterways infrastructure and services. The National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, has been at the forefront of these efforts, working tirelessly to improve navigability, safety, and accessibility across the network of rivers and lakes in Nigeria.
We are grateful to the ministry, Nimasa also, and the maritime stakeholders for everything they have done to reposition the academy since 2017 when I took over. Today, I am proud to say that we have an academy that Nigeria can boast of. I'm happy to announce to you today that for the first time in 47 years, we now have international students at the academy. You know, and also our staff strength, the academic strength, has improved greatly. Today we can boast of lecturers from allied nations. These are people who lobbied, they applied through the IMO that they want to come and teach at the academy because they have seen the great things we are doing. So I think we have done significant things in significant times, and all I need to do is keep urging everybody here to support the institution. It's our own academy.
From the industry perspective, the President General of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, MAWUN, and the President of the Association of Marine Engineers and Surveyors, AMIS, contributed valuable insights representing the labor and private sector viewpoints in the discussion.
Without meeting words, seafarers are the backbone, the dock workers are the heart, and other maritime workers are the artery of our industry. Hence, we must give preference to their training, welfare and mental health support, and particularly for the seafarers to ensure they can perform their duties safely and effectively.
I present the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and Nimasa. They should be commended for reduction of piracy and maritime terrorism. With the implementation of the deep sea projects and installation of an integrated maritime surveillance system. The NPA partnership with EU towards risk prevention in ports with Central and West African regions is in good direction.
The National Assembly was well represented, with both the chairperson of the House Committee and the chairman of the Senate Committee on Marine Transport assuring stakeholders of policymakers' commitment to supporting the growth of the Nigerian maritime sector.
I must commend the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, for its efforts in safeguarding our maritime domain and enforcing international safety regulations. As policymakers, we are fully committed to enacting laws and regulations that support these advancements while ensuring that safety remains at the forefront of maritime operations.
My message to Nigerians and Nigerians is that maritime safety is not just a global priority, but a national imperative that impacts our economy, environment, and the life of those who work at sea. This year's theme underscores the critical need to prioritize safety in all aspects of maritime operation as we look to the future, embracing innovation and technology while upholding the highest safety standards. I urge all stakeholders, from policymakers to industry operators and seafarers, to commit to fostering a culture of safety, ensuring compliance with international regulation, and investing in the training and welfare of our maritime workforce.
The special guest of honor at the event, Professor Lawrence Awoshika, a marine geophysicist, encouraged Nigerians to leverage the maritime sector for the nation's development.
Investment at sea exploitation costs a lot of money and resources. It is not like walking on solid earth. So, because of that, all agencies have to put it as a priority to maintain peace. And in maintaining peace, you have to maintain security. Like I said earlier on, security in the Gulf of Guinea is pertinent also to national cooperation, international cooperation, and also the existence of peace and unity for all the countries in the Gulf of Guinea.
After listening to all the speeches, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola CON, whose speech was read by the Permanent Secretary, restated the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to deliberately develop the Nigerian maritime industry.
As we embrace this moment, we must re-examine the safety and security challenges that confront our maritime sector, particularly in the context of new technologies and alternative fuels that aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from ships. To safeguard both shipping safety and operational efficiency, it is imperative that we invest in upgrading our facilities and building capacities to ensure Nigeria remains competitive in the global arena of seaborne trade.
The program is still Nimasa this week. Moving on, the commemoration of the World Maritime Day celebration in Nigeria afforded agencies of government an opportunity to reward some outstanding students who participated in the national essay competition. In fact, one of the students got a scholarship for the rest of his education at the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron. Did I hear you say, wow? Indeed. Stay tuned on the program. I'll be right back.
The 2024 World Maritime Day had the theme, Navigating the Future, Safety First. To engage students and spark their interest, Nimasa, the MPA, and NIWA organized essay competitions. While NIWA and the MPA focused on secondary school students, Nimasa's essay competition was aimed at students in tertiary institutions. The MPA awarded prizes in various categories to the winners.
The overall winner for the one from the Nigerian Ports Authority is Ada Ozuen from Stepford Schools. Ada Ozuen with a cash prize of 800,000 naira in scholarship and a brand new laptop.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the 3 students who have been identified as the winners of this competition. Let this be a lesson to other students who are watching on the sidelines. If you work very hard, you will be rewarded. You can see that the lady, the young girl that won the first prize, won 800,000. She won a laptop and she won a plaque. So it shows that hard work pays. So let us hope that for the next year, though some of you who are standing here as, some people just looking on, would absolutely work hard enough to win a prize next year.
The Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority presented cash awards as well as field learning trips to some West African countries to deserving students from secondary schools.
But the overall winner from Lagos State Model Senior College. Let's welcome Prayer Oyewale Adebayo. Adebayo is going on a field trip to Ghana. The girl child. The girl child. Oh yeah, smile. Oh, you came with mommy. This is lovely. You see? From here, maybe she's going to be a ship captain, maybe a master, maybe a ship engineer. She has just started the journey.
The highlight of the award presentation was Master David Joshua, a student of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, in Akwa Ibom State, who received a 500,000 naira cash prize from Nimasa and a scholarship from the rector of the academy, Commodore Duja Efedwa, to complete his education.
And the overall winner for the essay competition organized by Nimasa on the topic Navigating the Future, Safety First. 1,000 words adjudged as best overall. Let's welcome Master David Joshua Okudiri, a student from the Maritime Academy of Nigeria. Inform you that David Joshua has been given a scholarship to the end of his program, courtesy of the rector, man.
There was a technical session moderated by the president of the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping, Alhaji Aminu Umar. During this session, the managing director of NLNG Shipping and Marine Services Limited, Mr. Abdul Kadri Ahmed, discussed strategies for mitigating greenhouse gas emissions in shipping.
We took a survey in one of our companies, and I got a report 2 days ago. Almost 50% of the office people want work-life balance. Work-life balance. I said, what is this? Said, oh, they say they want to work 3 days in a week. I said, no, I don't think it's allowed in Nigeria, but then let's see. But so maybe it's done somewhere, but I don't think it's here in Nigeria. It's something. But this is what we are. The world has changed to, and technology have to change with it. So technology is already there that people can work from home, people can be able to connect. But we think we're seeing those changes happening. And today now is at a very fast lane.
Part of what we do is how do we manage that, get full advantage of technology, and then manage the impact on our seafarers. Safety borders on sustainability. And one area of sustainability is really around carbon emission. And shipping is a major contributor. Shipping contributes basically. Shipping as an industry moves 90% of the world's goods and globally, and it contributes almost 3% of greenhouse gas emissions. So there is a concerted effort aimed at ensuring that shipping is able to not just simply recognize that, but equally come up with mitigations to ensure that we're able to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
The question is, whilst we are developing these modern vessels, is there a plan to train our younger seafarers to be able to operate these vessels?
You're quite right. I think clearly, globally, there is a dearth of skilled and qualified manpower. And it's going to get worse. The changes we're seeing in terms of technology, the changes we're seeing in terms of operations require us to focus on retraining and adapting our curriculum in our maritime academies. There's no two way about it. And I know IMO also is looking at that from the point of view of the STCW.
Issues concerning the safety of seafarers, marine autonomous vessels, and emerging regulations for fishing activities were also discussed during the technical session.
We have lots of projects, autonomous projects kicking off, crewless cargo, offshore power banks for remote operation of vessels. So the focus now, or most of the energy, is geared towards cargo and seismic vessels. If we look at the maturity of the market segments, we have the cargo vessels for coastal trade being the highest matured. That we also have intercontinental. We have survey vessels. Offshore is the most matured. For the ferry boats, we have coastal, which is most matured. Then the small craft, both inland and coastal.
All know what the fishing industry contributes to Nigerian economy in terms of employment, food security, and economic growth. So there's need for us to look at the safety that brings to the fishing vessels.
Intervention is only about energy efficiency and the transition. We thank the government now that because of the price of petrol, diesel, and all this and so forth, there's a conversion program from petrol to CNG. So, is there any program either from Nimasa or NIWA on also conversion of some of these petrol engines to CNG?
Yeah, I think more of NIWA when it comes to inland boats. I think it's more NIWA that is the regulatory agency there. But Nimasa is for the ships, and for us, I think the ships are working based on convention of IMO, which already our engines are already changing. We have moved from a low sulfur bunker now to eco engines, and now you can hear the latest engines in the process.
Technological demands are coming from the first world countries, and I think it's very important for us to be strategic in partnering with them, because most of them also have training institutions, and they're already preparing the future of their seafarers. So I think we can key into that by partnering with them, because really shipping is a global business, and if we want to position our seafarers strategically for the global trade, then we should think about partnering.
Maritime Day was first celebrated in 1978 to mark the 20th anniversary of the entry into force of the IMO Convention. Celebrations are held worldwide to highlight the importance of shipping safety, maritime security, and the marine environment, while emphasizing a particular aspect of the IMO's work. Safety has been at the heart of all IMO's activities since the organization was established in 1948. In Nigeria, the focal agency relating with the IMO is Nimasa. The agency's regulatory framework is continuously evolving as gaps become apparent. The need to accommodate emerging technologies and innovation is now considered priority.
The catchphrase is very appropriate for the fact that any economic environment that does not provide safety can never progress. The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and all of us together believe that once there is safety, there is going to be expansion and economic increment and exploration and exploitation in the maritime sector. And that is what we want to give to the investors. We want to make the investors feel comfortable that where their money is, it is safe.
2024 marks 50 years since the adoption of the 1974 SOLAS Convention, the key treaty regulating maritime safety under the International Maritime Organization IMO. This milestone perhaps informed the decision of the IMO Secretary General, Arsenio Dominguez, to focus on SOLAS in his World Maritime Day message.
When we think about safety in maritime, the International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, is one of the first things that comes to mind. 2024 marks 50 years since the treaty was adopted. We can be proud of the crucial role that this convention has played in setting international safety standards for ships' construction, equipment, and operation, preventing maritime disasters and protecting lives. But we cannot be complacent. This year's World Maritime Day theme, Navigating the Future, Safety First, calls for the collective effort to ensure we keep pace with the ongoing transformation in shipping. At IMO, we must ensure the continued development and implementation of the regulatory regime to prioritize safety as we steer towards tomorrow. I encourage all stakeholders to mark this year's World Maritime Day on the 26th of September and invite you to join the conversation online using the hashtag World Maritime Day. Let us all work to navigate the future with safety first.
Nimasa this week, the voice of Maritime, showing on these stations.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are Nimasa. New face, rejuvenated service. Nimasa, changing the tides in your favor.
That's our show for today. And like I told you earlier on the show, it was a potpourri of activities. Until we meet again on the same platform and same channel, bye for now.